What is going on, guys? ETIKA from the ETIKA World Network here, and there's some big news in terms of characters for the Smash Brothers ballot. Now, a lot of you dudes are actually telling me about this before, and it involves Banjo from Banjo-Kazooie and whatnot. Really big series on the N64. Now, Phil Spencer, who works with, well, pretty much one of the big head honchos at Microsoft, he basically made a tweet yesterday talking about the inclusion of Banjo as a possible character in Smash Brothers. And to be honest with you, even though I don't act like, you know what? Let me put a disclaimer out there right now. I know absolutely nothing about Banjo or Banjo, the series in general, simply because I never had an N64 when I was a young kid, you know? I didn't have an N64, I didn't have any console when I was young. The first console that I ever owned was a Sega Dreamcast. So, well, and a Game Boy Color. So I mean, hey, don't be mad at my ignorance because I was a poor bastard way back then. Anyways, in terms of Banjo being included, even though I don't have any connection with the character, it seems like a lot of people do, because a trillion guys were telling me about this on Twitter yesterday. Ariel was the first one, and I have the tweet right here actually. He just basically linked me to a screenshot. But the tweet was basically in response to somebody who asked, Nintendo's holding a poll for the next Smash DLC. And Banjo is a popular choice. It would mean so much if you can get him in. And I know that Banjo is probably owned by Xbox now, because I know the last big title that they had was on the Xbox. So I think that was in 2010 or 2008, one of those. Either way, Phil Spencer then replied saying, I think it would be cool if Banjo was in the next Smash Brothers DLC. We worked with Nintendo on rare IP before. There's no issues. So a lot of people actually got really hype about this, to the point where now Banjo seems like he's going to be a really big candidate for DLC. Now, in terms of who my choice is, I'm saving that for a video, so look out for that one. It should be out soon. But I mean, I can see it working out. Banjo, he has a really strong running with Nintendo on the N64, and he's a really iconic character from a lot of people's childhoods. People in my age group. Understandably, because, you know, the N64 was a really big console. Even though I never owned one, I did acknowledge how massive it was, and Banjo being included, by all means, why not? To be honest, only because I don't have a connection with the character, I wouldn't really care if he got in or not, but that's just me, you know? And I understand that. I don't mean any offense to people that want him in the game, but I just don't have any kind of connection to him, and I always thought he was a little bit of a weird character myself too. But you know, no bias, I can see the game working out. I mean, to be honest, I'm a little bit surprised that he hasn't been in the game in the first place, considering how big he was on the N64. It's a little strange that, you know, he wasn't even considered. Did we even hear Sakurai mention anything about Banjo before? Probably not, but I mean, because I would have heard of it. Either way, guys, let me know what you think in the comments about Banjo being included. Is he, like, pretty much the candidate for the #1 spot for the Smash Brothers roster thing? You know, the Smash Brothers ballot thing? I don't know. The Smash ballot has a lot of big names that have a lot of pull, and Banjo could definitely be one. But you know, to be honest, I think there's characters that are maybe slightly more fitting, but like I said, I'll leave that for another video. Either way, he still is a strong candidate, and if he won, you know, I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't be happy, but I wouldn't be mad. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Take care of yourselves, and of course, as usual, please have yourself a damn good one.